Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and in today's video, we'll be talking about some news that just broke yesterday about two critical races in November that the Republicans are reportedly pulling the plug on. They are surrendering these seats and trying to defend other seats instead of trying to continue to play in these seats, and these two races are races where I expected the Democrats to lose, and now, a few months later, the Republicans seem to think that they are done here and that it's just not worth playing anymore. They're kind of surrendering, kind of retreating, and going into other seats. And so, as you can see here, it has been confirmed Republicans pulling out and all but surrendering against Democratic Representative Marcy Copter, per Republican source familiar with House strategy. This is in a Trump district. This seat in Ohio voted for Trump by 3%. It has a Democratic incumbent, but she won in a Biden plus 20 district last time. She got redistricted into a redder seat. And this is a race that I originally thought was going to go Republican. I thought that it's a right-trending seat that voted for Donald Trump, and barring a pretty big surprise, I didn't expect the Democrats and their incumbent Marcy Copter here to be able to hold on. But, per Josh Grishar, Majewski's January 6th baggage and lying about his military service sunk his political prospects. Again, J.R. Majewski, the GOP candidate here, lied about his military service and also was at the Capitol on January 6th. So he did have a fair amount of political baggage, but I did not think the Republicans would give up, in September in a Trump seat. Maybe if things got really bad in their internal polling in October, but, we're 6 weeks out. So we're close, but this is just really big news. I was just shocked when I see it. Someone sent it to me and I was typing in all caps like, oh my God, did that actually happen? And yeah, so as you can see here in this article from Politico, the House GOP campaign arm is slashing a near $1 million ad buy meant to target Marcy Copter in Ohio, essentially walking away from what could have been an easy pickup from the party. Again, this was one of the first seats that I had them flipping. Trump plus 3 district in northwestern Ohio should have been a pickup for them, but no. This comes a day after an Associated Press report that Copter's opponent, J.R. Majewski, lied about his resume, including claiming that he deployed to Afghanistan. Majewski beat out two state legislators in a May primary contest for the Northwest Ohio district. Again, the National Congressional Committee for Republicans had booked nearly $960,000 in the Toledo, Ohio media market to help boost Majewski. It cut that buy entirely on Thursday, according to two sources familiar with the committee's media purchasing. Copter, the Democrat, again one of the longest-serving women in the House, was redrawn into a district that President Donald Trump would have carried narrowly, making her one of the most vulnerable Democratic incumbents. But national Republicans were not, initially enthused after Majewski's primary win. He's closely aligned with the MAGA wing of the party and gained fame for painting his lawn into a giant Trump shrine. Remember, he was the guy who, painted Trump 2020 back 2 years back during the election in 2020, with the Trump logo, which is I guess pretty funny. Got to admire the dedication and the support for your guy, but I thought he made national headlines for that and really was kind of made a name for himself as being the Trump guy in Ohio. And, again, they booked TV time in the district and were set to begin airing ads to help him next week. But, again, and also House Leader Kevin McCarthy traveled district to help him over the summer. But, since then, they've cut the ads and they don't really think they're going to be able to win the seat anymore, which, again, is just really, really surprising because this is one of the last seats that have, the last Trump seats that has a Democratic incumbent. So you'd think that these seats would be in play for the GOP, that they'd be able to beat out these Democrats that are still holding on in these Trump seats, especially because Copter's never won a Trump seat before. She only got, she got redistricted into this seat from a Biden-leading seat. And, I thought she was kind of, in all honesty, I thought she was kind of poached. Back when I saw the new district, I was like, well, it's a Trump plus 3 seat. She doesn't even know that, this district as well as she did her old seat. I think she's going to lose by a fair amount. And now Republicans seem to think she's going to win, which is, again, just shocking. Just shocking stuff out of Ohio. Disastrous news for the GOP. And again, this seat I might just have to move into the Democratic column because they don't think they can win. And Copter's just going to slam him day after day after day on the airwaves. And she'll be able to define him while Majewski will not be able to go on TV and, get his word out. So that's really bad for the House GOP. This is probably a House seat they're forfeiting. Again, in theory, they could take that extra $1 million and help other candidates. But again, the fact that they're walking away from what was originally thought to be one of their best pickup opportunities is just very, very bad for them. So moving on to our other race the Republicans are not feeling too good about is Arizona, where Mitch McConnell's PAC is canceling nearly $10 million worth of ads that were meant to support Blake Masters. Again, Blake Masters is the Republican nominee trying to unseat Mark Kelly in Arizona, picked up this very important Senate seat for the Republicans. And originally, I thought he was going to do it. I back in May, even as late as June, had Masters winning by I think up to 4% at one point, and now I'm just very much, I'm feeling more and more confident about Mark Kelly winning by the day. It's because of stuff like this. The Republicans just do not think Masters is going to win. They're pulling out money. They reportedly are just not confident in their prospects here, and it's because Masters is just, again, another weak Republican candidate. They could have picked off the seat if they ran a Mark Brnovich, a Doug Ducey, or even a Karen Taylor Robeson. Those seats could have, that seat easily, I think, would have flipped had they ran a normal, serviceable candidate. But no, the Republicans are running a venture capitalist who was formerly, or he still is, he just has taken off his website, was in favor of a personhood amendment, basically banning all abortions, and, has made controversial statements about Social Security, wanting to privatize Social Security, which, and again, that's basically a taboo in a state like Arizona, which is such an older, very senior-ish state. So very, very bad for Blake Masters. And when you look at the polls, they reflect this. Kelly's up by 7.5, and if you look at the 2020 Senate race, you can say, oh, well, the polls overestimated Mark Kelly, but not really by enough to make an argument for Masters. If you look at the average, Kelly led by 5.7 on Election Day, won by 2.4. So again, that's about a 3.3% polling miss. Look at the 2022 polling in Arizona. He's up by 2 points more than he was up by in 2020. So again, Kelly's in a pretty good spot. I think he'll win by a similar amount when it's all said and done, maybe a little more than 2020, because Arizona is a left-running state, and because Masters is weaker than McSally was, even though McSally was no good candidate by any stretch. But yeah, just disastrous. Stephen Trafalgar, which is the poll that if you look at their 2020 polls, I always mention this because people seem to forget, look at their 2020 polls in Arizona. They had Biden losing Arizona by 2.5. He won it. So this pollster has repeatedly overestimated Republicans in Arizona. For Breach only, this is Trump's pollster. They have Kelly up by 8%. DFP, which had Mark Molinaro winning the New York 19 special by 8%, has Kelly up by 1. So these polls aren't that good. Insider Advantage, Republican-leaning poll, Kelly up by 6. Emerson, which again has been really, really bad for Democrats in 2022. We'll see whether they're going to be right or not, but they've been showing really bad results for the Democrats. They have Kelly up. Masters hasn't led in a single poll. Even Martha McSally, who I think everyone knew was going to lose by Election Day, she led in some polls against Mark Kelly. Masters hasn't found a single lead yet. We have 6 weeks to go till the election. So Republicans are not feeling good about this race. Even if you take the 2020 presidential polling miss in Arizona, even if you take the 2020 Senate polling miss in Arizona, not enough to get you a Mark Kelly loss. So, at this point, I think Arizona's pretty firmly in the lean D column. Masters could win. It's Arizona still more Republican than the nation as a whole, but ultimately, he doesn't have the money, he doesn't have the popularity, and ultimately, when you look at the polls, he's just down by so much that I can't see it. So again, really rough past couple days for Republican pickup opportunities. Likely going to lose this Ohio 9 contest now that they've kind of surrendered it to the Democrats. Again, they could still win it based on pure partisanship and whatnot, but they're making it a lot harder, and they don't really think they're going to win it now. Arizona, similar thing, but this is a Senate seat. So this could really decide control of the Senate. So just wanted to fill you guys in on that. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let me know what you think down below. Do you think the Republicans are going to win Arizona and Ohio 9? Do you think that Masters and Majewski can still pull it off? Right now, I don't think so, but again, still a lot to be seen. So thanks for listening, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.